discovered some Dragon Ball Fighters. I mean, this is the most I've ever played this game since Gogeta came out. The Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta came out. Yeah, I'm playing him. I don't usually play him, but I am trying to get good with him, but I just don't know the combos. Um, yeah, he has very different combo routes. Not hard, but very unique to the point where you really have to practice them. They're not that hard, though. They're just really unique. Also learning Janemba. I really want to know how to play Janemba. He is saucy, right? It's kind of insane how Janemba evolved in this game. I don't know if any of you remember, but Janemba actually was the least hyped DLC character for this game ever. By the way, that was a genius bait. I know you saw it. But yeah, Janemba was the least hyped character for this game. If you don't remember, he got accidentally leaked. Yeah. So they were doing this really small, like, Microsoft live stream. Like, it was like a little, like host thingy. And I remember they accidentally leaked Janemba, or something weird happened. It was such a weird situation for this game, because if you don't know, Janemba got officially announced and then released within a 1-week span, which they never did. Characters in this game normally had a month, I would say about a month of hype before they came out. Janemba got announced and he came out a week later and nobody played him. He is definitely one of the more unique characters in this game as well, and it's nice to see that he's evolved nicely. He was a very unpopular character when he came out, and if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the character before him was GT Goku, right? Which is a terrible follow-up. Janemba was just not a good follow-up to GT Goku. GT Goku was arguably the strongest character this game has ever seen. I would argue GT Goku in his prime was stronger than UI Goku in his prime in this game. He was absolutely insane. And then the next character after GT Goku was Janemba. So it was like it was a very weird situation, because if you don't know, it was GT Goku and then Janemba and then Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, right? And everyone knew Gogeta and Broly were coming out after Janemba, right? They already announced that. So it was very weird, because it's like, you have arguably the best character this game has ever seen, even to this day. And then you have Janemba, and then you have Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta and Dragon Ball Super Broly, which, if you don't know, they were new characters, right? The Dragon Ball Super Broly movie had just come out like half a year before that, and yeah, they were brand new characters to the series, not just to the game, literally to the entire series. So it was way more hype being able to play them than Janemba, right? And personally, for me personally, at least when I don't mind Janemba now, but when Janemba came out, he was arguably the lamest sword character they could have added. There are a few sword characters in Dragon Ball. There's not a lot, but there's a few. Here's the problem. I think most people would agree that Janemba would have been... It would have been way more hype if Janemba was replaced by Dragon Ball Super Trunks, or a Trunks of the like, right? A Trunks that we didn't have. Or, for me specifically, the one DLC character I feel like this game is straight up missing is Tapion. I would much rather have had Tapion than Janemba. And if we're talking about movie villains, I'd much rather have had Bojack than Janemba as well. But that's just me, I guess. That's just me. Yeah, Janemba was a very bad DLC character, right? Like he like in terms of hype levels, he just wasn't all that. Very, very weird character choice, right? Very weird. Even to this day. Even though, like I said, he's evolved nicely, he's fun, he's unique, he got drippy combos. He's still just such a weird choice of character. Yeah. Especially at the time he got in before other characters that were more important than him. But he was the most disappointing DLC character of all time for me until, you know, he got more evolved. And I will say, he still doesn't beat the level of disappointment that Kefla has given me. I've never been more disappointed by a character in my life. I think Kefla is the most boring DLC character they've ever come out with. That's just how I feel. I hate Kefla, not a fan. Yeah, I don't think Kefla should have been in the game, right? And the best purpose Kefla has served was giving us the Ultra Instinct Goku dramatic finish. That's the best purpose Kefla has served. But I promise you, I think every single person here would rather prefer the Jiren beatdown over the Kefla Ultra Instinct attack, right? What is it, like Dragon Ball Super episode 130, like the most iconic one and for Dragon Ball Super? Although technically his level 3 is kind of that already, it's still not as, it's not as high. But, again, this game kind of chose a weird thing, and they put Jiren in the game, which you just saw me obliterate, but not full power Jiren. I don't know why. Again, I think everyone would have preferred full power Jiren over normal Jiren. He's the same person, he just has some more moves, and he's cooler looking in my opinion. Yeah. I didn't want to complain about the DLC characters in this game, but it's just, I saw Jiren and I saw Janemba, and I was like, you know what, this game had some really strange DLC choices. And if this game came out a year later, chances are the game would still be getting updates, maybe 2 years later. And we would also be getting Beast Gohan. This game deserves Beast Gohan more than any other Dragon Ball game. And I really hope they decide to add one more character. And I hope that's Beast Gohan. I hope they give him a chance. If they added Orange Piccolo as well, that would be cool. But I do think Beast Gohan deserves a chance in this game. Even though he didn't do that much in the movie, to be fair, he did not do that much in the movie. No Dragon Ball game has done that character justice. He's only playable in one Dragon Ball game, and it's a mobile game. Yeah, it's not. It would have been nice to see him, or at least the Gammas, because the Gammas have more moves. But yeah. They ended the game for no reason, right? And I know you're going to say the game is still getting an update and the game is still getting rollback. Yeah, it is, but you may not realize this, but Dragon Ball Xenoverse has been out for 7 years, right? And Dragon Ball FighterZ has only been out for 5 years. And Dragon Ball Xenoverse has triple the DLC characters that this game has. Obviously, right, I'm not saying that those characters are easy to make, right, because Xenoverse characters are easy to make, right, and Fighterz characters are very hard to create. That's not my point. My point is, how can a game like that get more support than a game like this, right? And to me, it's just not fathomable, right? I don't believe it's possible. To me, I think they're making another, ArcSys is making another fighting game for Bandai. That's my only reasoning, right? If ArcSys isn't making another fighting game for Bandai, then why is this game not getting more content, and why is Xenoverse getting more content, right? And I'm not saying Dragon Ball game, by the way. I think ArcSys is making a Naruto or a Bleach or even a JoJo game. It's just so weird to me that Xenoverse and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot are still getting DLC, but Fighterz isn't, and Fighterz is the best Dragon Ball game arguably ever, right? Besides Budokai Tenkaichi 3, right? And Budokai Tenkaichi 3 isn't really that much of a game, it's more of like a simulator. A Dragon Ball simulator. It is fun though, obviously. It's not like boring, but it's not like a competitive game. This is the most serious Dragon Ball game ever, and it's fun, and yeah, it deserves more characters. If this game got 3 more seasons, I don't think a single person would complain. I really don't. But it's not. It's not even going to get a single new character as far as we know. So, to me, it feels like they're making another game for Bandai, right? Because ArcSys normally always has a game in development, and right now they don't, unless you count Grand Blue Rising, which is just another version of a game. Obviously, they're making guiltygearstrive characters, but they don't have any other games announced right now, and that's very weird for ArcSys, because normally, I mean, they had dnfduel, they had guiltygearstrive, and they had Grand Blue Rising all announced while Dragon Ball FighterZ was still going, and now they have nothing. They're still updating dnfduel, they're updating Grand Blue, and they're updating Guilty Gear, but there's no new games. And I feel like they're making a new game. That's just me. Yeah, and I hope I'm right, because I think Naruto and Bleach or JoJo, those specifically, they all deserve the Dragon Ball FighterZ treatment. If another series got a Dragon Ball FighterZ treatment, I don't think I would be as excited, because I don't think there's a series that would be as hype as Naruto, Bleach, or JoJo when it comes to a game like this. But yeah, you know, like, subscribe. I've tried to record a Guilty Gear video, but the lobbies are in shambles right now. But yeah, just I'll have another video tomorrow. I don't know what it'll be. Hopefully Guilty Gear, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And yeah, peace.